And it was a big decision to start the season without Sterling K. Brown.
We knew how people were surviving inside the bunker. Now we have to see, how do people deal with this situation in the real world?
I'm really excited for people to meet these new characters outside the bunker.
James Marsden and Sterling K. Brown star in the Hulu series Paradise. As season 2 comes to an end, fans are already wondering about what season 3 has in store, if that's even a possibility.
Yeah, the very first beard that I had into Graceland, there was a beard on top of my beard. But then when he tidies himself up and he dresses up in Elvis's clothes, that is my beard for most of it. There were times actually, because there's flashbacks, so they had to shave, and then there was a couple of days where they had to completely do a fake beard, which was just the worst.
Right now though, we're going to be focusing on what this season has revealed and everything about what happened behind the camera. Season 2 introduces Annie and Link, as well as several other above ground survivors. The new characters enter the picture as Xavier's plane crashes during his search for his wife.
I'm really excited for people to see Shailene. She had really delivered something iconically special in her performance.
Must have been hard being here.
I loved working with Thomas. He's so present and he's so available.
But before we get into more of these moments, today's trivia question: what other Hulu TV show was Sterling K. Brown in the early 2010s? Leave your guesses in the comments down below and stick around till the end of the video to find out if your answer was correct.
Being around these incredible actors, I just learned so much.
I'll never forget the first day on set. Sterling rocked up. He was so friendly, so playful.
He is just a master at his job.
This cast is deeply invested in the work and such a joy to play with.
The Hulu drama, which begins as a political thriller before evolving into something much larger in scale, continues to expand its mythology in season 2 while deepening its characters.
Yeah, it is mad, honestly. I mean, I've never been to down south, but apparently it's like a replica, and it's just mad. You're in a studio lot, you're on a sound stage, and in the sound stage you're in this set. When obviously they have green screens, sometimes we just have like prints of the outside, so like trees and things. You start to like think that you're there.
For a particular episode, Elvis Presley's iconic home turned landmark was recreated for the show. We shot that all over the place. It feels like one location, but some of the interiors were actually on our soundstage, Paradise writer John Hoberg revealed.
A lot of these things are sort of Frankenstein together out of many parts. So we'll start with the story and start with how can we tell it in the most dramatic way, and then the realities start to roll in of, can I really crane a plane in there? Can I break a plane in half? So, and where we sort of end up with is it's always sort of a combination of build on stage.
When reminiscing in episode 201, both guest stars gushed over the intricate Graceland set, complete with white piano, colorful stained glass windows, flashy jumpsuit displays, shag carpets, and ornate furniture. Apart from a 2-inch difference in couch length, the masterpiece from production designer Kevin Bird and team was a near replica that helped the actors feel fully immersed in scenes.
Fuselage in the cabin is all built, and so we could crane it in and sort of stand it up on its end. And then we recreated everything on stage with a real plane that matches and put that on a winch and lifted that up to like 45 degrees.
Hoberg, who's been helping plot the twists and turns of the Sterling K. Brown-led mystery in the writer's room since season 1, pulled off the visual magic trick alongside production designer Kevin Bird and his team of behind-the-scenes pros.
I was dead nervous to work with her. Excited, but like also kind of nervous, and you know, they say never meet your role models and stuff. But just the best, man. Just an absolute professional, just so kind, so funny. She gets it, very vulnerable. And then that's just her as a person. Like, as an actor, Jesus, drops into character flawlessly.
Portray Annie's survival in the aftermath of a worldwide natural catastrophe, Paradise filmed Graceland moments piecemeal, with scenes featuring the house's white pillars, the fjord, the jungle room, and the roof deck, all assembled in post-production into a seamless on-screen mimic of the colonial revival style mansion.
That was, we took the front of the nose of the plane on stage, the green screen set on stage, which had the real plane. We took the windshield out and kind of the nose, so we could, which was all replaced in visual effects. So as the part I left off, visual effects, so you can pull out from Sterling sitting in the real plane and shoot the fake plane on location.
Fogelman breaks down how the show's mysteries are mapped out seasons in advance. Brown discusses why the series resonates emotionally despite its dystopian premise, and Okuma shares insight into the collaborative process behind the scenes.
Way in advance, we'll call you and talk about the character and what she thinks and what she wants it to look like, and then you'll go in for fittings for everything, literally everything. Like if there's like a belt, you're like, I come in and try the belt. Like it's like, because on the day, when you get on the day, there's so much going on, and you're on like a tight ship, and like cameras are moving everywhere, location and hair, makeup.
Not only has the Dan Fogelman created series widened its scope beyond the Colorado bunker to reveal what life has been like for the people struggling to survive on the surface, but the situation inside Paradise has become even more intense.
I mean, the challenge is, and thankfully the challenge is that we're working in LA, which is amazing. Dan and Sterling kind of insisted that we do this show in LA, so we're all super grateful for that. And we couldn't go and shoot in Graceland. So again, it was that scaffolding together many parts to make Graceland. We knew there was going to be a combination of stage builds, and those are the places we sort of hunkered down for the longest.
Doherty described the emotions he released on screen as a combination of links in his own, since the scene marked a pivotal point in his career. If I can paint the picture for you, this is the first scene that I was shooting on a TV show that I loved, with a showrunner I've always wanted to work with.
Julia Nicholson is actually one of the funniest people I've ever met. I love her. I love that woman so much. She is so funny. She's super cheeky as well. I think she might be the coolest person I've ever met, because she's just so chill and just like so cool and just like, yeah.
It's definitely been a highlight in my career, Woodley added. Dan really creates a set that feels like a family. It felt like when I was 5 years old on a commercial set where it was just a matter of play.
The facade you see is all built, visual effects added the roof, and then the interior was another house, which gave us kind of the living room and the dining room, and then the rest of it was on stage, and then the gates were somewhere else. I think in total it was like 8 locations to get Graceland together in LA.
Bloom, who plays the sociopathic secret agent Jane, revealed that season 2 of the Hulu series almost feels like a different show. I have to say that the new characters peek at what happened to the people who were on the service when everything went south is so fascinating.
We were in LA. I got the job on a Thursday. I came out to LA for a chemistry read with Annie's. That was on the Thursday. And then on the Monday, I was in LA. And I think I was shooting on the Friday. So it was quite like a fast turnaround. So I'm kind of like learning and picking up the character it's going as well. Which can be scary, but again, the support system around you is just, you can just relax on it, honestly.
And as far as the answer to our trivia question, from 2016 to 2022, Brown was in the beloved series This Is Us as Randall.
We actually had friends who were in Graceland. They took a photo of them in Graceland, and then we had the side-by-side of the set and the real Graceland, and it was really dialed in. We were very close. We probably opened up a couple of spaces for camera a little bit that made filming possible, because we knew it was really a bottle episode where we're sort of stuck in a room for 3 years.
Paradise Season 3 is officially confirmed as the final season, returning to Hulu in 2027. The hit series from Dan Fogelman announced its third and final season on March 17th, 2026.
Recreating the Presley Mansion sets was absolutely the most fun. I think the challenge is telling a really big story, huge scope about a bunker underground, and doing that in a way that, with the limitations of budget, obviously, that you have to shoot it, we have to make our days.
Executive producer John Hoberg confirmed that Season 3 marks the definitive end of Paradise. We know what the end is, and it's an end that would make it very difficult to make a Season 4 come afterward.
I've sort of built a sort of visual, like a scrapbook, like a visual Bible for each season. Just my method is just research, as much as like weeks of research, just anything. Obviously, photography, art, graphics.
But we wanted to turn this around you guys. What do you think about all these moments, and what are your predictions for Paradise Season 3?
I think the season 2 premise was that the wheels are coming off a bit and the cracks are being revealed, right? Okay, so it is Paradise. It's this sort of Disney-fied idea of what someone might find somewhere they want to live. So it's like beautiful, and the ponds and the faux houses and all facade. And then, so now we start to sort of reveal the cracks.
Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications on for more videos just like this. That's it for today though. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video. Bye guys!
We really started from the ground up, and we designed the bunker in a way that it worked. So we had a map, we had about the irrigation, the heating, the stuff that was never going to make it on camera, but we could turn to that and say, well, this is where this would be. So that's another part of that rule book. The thing is with those big things, they're very expensive to do, those big, this is where the turbines are.